Hi everyone, thanks so much for coming back to our department introduction videos. Here today we have Francine Denwaye, and she is the head of our international department. So Francine, thank you so much for coming and chatting with us. So can you tell the students, not a problem, can you please tell the students what your department is, what your role is, and what you do?
So basically the international department, we're there to support our international students who are studying with us. So I'm the international student advisor, and essentially I'm there to support the students from, before they travel to Canada and by the time they graduate and move on. So they're to support in so many different ways. And we're sort of there just, as either, answer questions if they're not sure who to see about certain things. That's what we're there for, just to be a support specifically for these international students.
That is absolutely fantastic. Where on the Cornwall campus are you located?
So I am on the ground floor of the Molinet building, so room M1410, literally just sort of behind student services. So I'm not too far from there. And so a lot of students, if they're not sure where to find me, they usually stop at student services first. But once you go down the hallway, you'll see my office.
Fantastic. So in what positions would students have to be in to use the services? So clearly an international student, but what other services do you offer?
So in order to be considered an international student, it would be for those who are here temporarily living in Canada and who are on a study permit. So those are that's the sort of our core group. And what we're here to do is to help them, like I mentioned earlier, just with, any questions they have about transitioning to Canada while they're here in Canada. And specifically, immigration, that's a really big thing. So because they're here temporarily, sometimes they have to extend their, study permits, or they want to apply for work permit when they finish and they graduate. So I'm here to be able to help them with that as well.
That's incredible. I didn't even know that. Do you have any student employment opportunities for international students?
Yeah, we do. Usually I hire 1 to 2 international students to work with me as sort of my assistant. So obviously things are a little bit different when we come back. So we'll see about some of the events that we do, but typically they would help with organizing events, or if we do get to do field trips again at some point soon, they usually help me with that, or just sometimes answering general questions for students. Like there are times where I may have a lineup of students, especially at the beginning of the semester, when we have new groups of students coming in and they have a lot of questions. So my assistants will help with that as well. But any of these roles will be advertised on the website with all of the other student employment opportunities. So then if students are interested, they just check the website and it would be up there.
That is wonderful. I'm going to be sure to put that into our CSU website as well. So how does your department stand out or make themselves known to students?
Well, usually we're in contact with our international students a couple of months before they get to Canada. So usually at the beginning it's through email. And so, we're sending them information about, we do pre-departure sessions, how to prepare to travel to Canada, things like that. So most international students find out about us before they even get here. We also have social media, presence. So we have an SLC International, on Facebook, Instagram. So we often post things in there, like if we're having different events or immigration workshops or anything like that, we would post them on social media as well. So they, should see us there. Also, we do have an app. It's an international student app called iSent. And in the student's letter of offer, they do get information about that, how to download it. And in the iSent app, we have a ton of information about SLC, our services, all sorts of stuff. So, we often refer students there because of, all the information that's available. So, hopefully the students all know about us before they even get here, but then once they do get here, we do our welcome sessions, and I'm usually in contact with students and available, you know, for appointments if they want to make an appointment with me, or drop-in sessions, things like that.
That is incredible. I'm learning so much today, actually. So what information should all of your students know about your department that they may be unaware of?
One thing that's good for them to know is that I am a regulated international student immigration advisor, so I am actually able to give immigration advice. So not just, you know, looking at the website and sending it to them, but I'm actually I've taken the course. I'm, you know, officially able to offer that advice. So I'll do workshops and things like that on campus to help students. And I think just generally, I think sometimes students don't really know where to go or who to see. And I'm sort of that person that's the go-between, I suppose. So, you know, if a student, international student's thinking, oh, I have, you know, this issue, I'm not sure who to talk to, you know, a lot of them can come to me and then I'll just point them in the right direction. So I may not have all the answers, and often don't, because if it's something specific about academic, let's say, I may not be able to answer it, but I'll know who they need to speak to be able to get that information. So I can sort of be that resource as well, even though it's not international, let's say, but if they just need to know who to talk to, I can do that for them.
Fantastic. And lastly, what piece of advice would you give to our new students and to our returning students who haven't been on campus yet? It's going to be a whole new situation for all of us. I think there's going to be a lot of questions and concerns. I think the biggest thing would be, you know, any of these students, if you are struggling in any way, is to reach out, not to just think, okay, I gotta, you know, deal with this on my own, and then end up having, you know, more issues down the line. So I'm always telling students, as soon as you either find out that you're struggling either academically or personally, whatever, we have so many services and we're able to help you. So reach out. And again, like I said earlier, if you're not sure who to reach out to, you can always come to me and I can tell you who you need to speak to, but don't wait. Just reach out to us as soon as you are struggling, because we want to make sure that we get you the help you need so that you can be successful, you know, in your time here at SLC. That is fantastic. Well, Francine, thank you again for speaking with me today and for doing this for our students. It's very much appreciative. Everybody, if you have any kind of questions to do with international, I'm going to take Francine's information and I'm going to leave it into the link at the bottom here. So please click on that, and that way you can contact Francine a little bit more easily. So thank you everybody for joining us today, and we'll see you on campus.
Bye.